Start the preview player to accurately sync your stream. Oh, okay.
I have no idea what that means, but yeah, you got to do it.
All right, what is up? We're back with episode 16, and I am super excited about this week's episode. Should be live, and I have audio coming back into my ear. Dang it. Just so many little technical gotchas that'll just nip you in the bud. Let's see. We got a great show. I'm literally discombobulated right now. We're back with Linux Tag, Linux Tech and Gaming. We got my two co-hosts here with me, the Atomic Ass and Osiris. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing
I am alive.
All right.
contrary to popular belief.
And yes, to answer your question, Osiris, we are sending the stream to Linux Tag's Twitch, if that's what you asked.
Yeah, it's not loading. It's not playing. It's not live.
It is for me. We're good. I'm looking at it on the dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Twitch's player. It's garbage. Like, I hate Twitch, to be honest. I don't know why they can't fix their player. Is it loading for you, Atomic? Or are you not even trying?
I got the hitbox one.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. Well, I'll go to Hitbox then.
Twitch is not loading.
I have it in my dashboard. I'm looking at us, so I think we're good. Anybody in the chat, sound off in each of the channels to make sure that we're all good on the live stream. We got audio from myself and audio from my co-hosts here. I apologize for being 6 minutes late. You know, it seems like every week we try to get together a half an hour to 45 minutes before live, showtime. And every week it seems like I don't know. I just can't accomplish that on-time thing, which doesn't bode well for the impression. But it is what it is. We're just three guys having fun talking about Linux, tech, and gaming. So normally we go into our first segment, and that segment is the Atomic Ass goes over a Linux game. Atomic, what game do you got this week?
Super Hexagon. And this is a very simple game. You play as a triangle, and you're about to get crushed against a hexagon with polygons. So you have to escape.
Huh.
And I'll have to let the video that Ubu's going to show you do the talking, because the game really is that simple.
If I can find it. Is it in Steam?
Yes, it's in Steam.
Okay, all right.
I have to start putting the links.
And Steam wants to restart because there's an update.
Well, just
I'm restarting
don't let it.
Just a second.
Don't let it.
No, hopefully, yeah. If it doesn't rework, I'll just open it in a browser. But Steam client is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right, here we go. So what's the game?
Super Hexagon.
Super Hexagon.
Just gotta start putting the links in the doc.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful. The Steam URL doc, right? The Steam store URL? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, internet.
Internet replies no.
Yeah. Super Hexagon, $2.99. All right.
Yes, it is not expensive.
I will share this with our viewers here. So we're going to switch scenes. And it is not a very smooth transition. I do apologize for that, everybody. But it's a slight bug in the software we're using where I have to do a little bit of shenanigans. And I know Atomic's going to say, what? Why aren't you using the solution that we came up with? And I don't know. I'm not. Let's see here. Podcast sharing. All right, I am back live. You guys will be live right now. I will add the Steams, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think we got the audio back.
Yep. All right. All right, everybody, here we go. We're looking at my Steam client in the Linuxes, and we're going to show you guys the Super Hexagon. Here we go.
If it plays.
It's playing.
This ranges in difficulty from difficult to fuck you difficult. And that's about it.
Wow, so wait, you're that little triangle and your goal is to do what?
To not get crushed by the polygons.
Oh, wow, I see it now. Okay, there's a gap and you gotta... Okay, sure. Wow. This is actually a game. Holy cow. So you gotta have some pretty damn good hand-eye coordination. I wouldn't be able to do that due to all the LSD I did when I was younger. It just is not a thing. It doesn't work for me. The whole hand-eye coordination thing.
Reminds me of like the 80s arcade style stuff.
Yeah.
Now, for those open source advocates, this is actually based on an open source game called Open Hexagon, which is available for free somewhere on the internet. Go Google it. And yeah.
All right. Well, what can you tell us, about
controller?
Well, theoretically, it supports controller, but you do not want to play this with a controller. You just cannot move the stick fast enough to.
Right.
It
does say
Plus,
over here.
You have that controller
Oh
lag.
Wow. It got PC Gamer's Editor's Choice Award. That's kind of cool, I think. Don't you guys?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
The game supports keyboard input, mouse input, controller input, but the controller is like trying to look around in a first-person shooter with the sensitivity really low. It's muddy and sluggish, and there's not really a way to change that in the game options. So yeah, you can play with a mouse. I've tried, but I can't coordinate doing that. But it supports a bunch of different keys on the keyboard, left and right arrow keys, A and D, A and L, whatever works best for you.
Huh. All right.
And it's cheap.
Right, $2.99. Yeah, it's definitely cheap. Do we got anybody in the chat? In the chats? Nobody in the chat?
Who's I need to bring up?
And we have nobody in the IRC. Awesome.
How do you
All
figure
right.
that?
So would you say it's a buy?
Oh, definitely.
All right, cool.
Of course, I'd still wait for a sale, even at $3.
You'd still wait for a what?
A sale.
Oh,
But
sale. Okay.
I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah. All right. Look at the minimum requirements. Ubuntu 12.04, 2 gigahertz processor, 256 megs of RAM, which is barely enough to even run Ubuntu 12.04, I might point out. You need like 512 to run, 12.04 Unity, I would say. But anyway,
that CPU requirement is a little enthusiastic. I have run this game, although it runs kind of poorly, on a 900 megahertz Celeron.
Okay. Wow. So
yeah.
not a very demanding game at all.
Yeah, you need 60 frames per second in this game, but The 900 megahertz Celeron doesn't quite deliver.
Right. All right. So, Osiris, did you get a new cam?
No.
You look super sexy, man. Holy cow.
This already.
I swear your cam was like way clearer, crisp, super crisp. Like, I don't know. Maybe you changed the lighting.
Nah.
No.
He turned the lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Nice. All right. Well, that covers Super Hexagon.
We do not appear to be live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. We are live.
YouTube is good for me. Twitch doesn't work for me. It just says offline.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
I'll drop you a link, bro.
Don't use any spaces in Linux Tech and Gaming when you search YouTube.
Oh, because I'm looking at your
There you
channel. That's why.
Looking at the wrong channel.
Yeah.
We're docking your pay.
All right. Well,
That's so many channels. I can't keep track of them all.
And we might change that. I mean, this is just what we're doing for now. You know, we might not go to all three eventually. Who knows? We might live stream to our own website. I mean, we don't know. You know, this is an ever evolving podcast / project. So, you know, we don't know. I don't know. So that pretty much covers the first topic, or our segment, I should say, Atomic's Linux game pick, Super Hexagon. Go check it out. You can get it now on Steam for $2.99. And let's just delve right into the topics because we have a boatload of them. And, you know, I'm super excited about all these topics because there's quite a bit of them that I'm pretty, you know, I looked into and did a lot of research and reading and been busy on Reddit, and, you know, I just got a lot of information to share with you guys. The first one we'll go right into is about the Dolphin emulator. And for those of you that aren't aware, there is an emulator that's named Dolphin, and it allows you to play Super Nintendo games. Is this somebody put the wrong source in here? I see that.
That would be you.
Yeah, it says no balancer. I don't even know what that is. What's going on?
Yeah, I pasted the wrong link apparently.
Yes, you did.
Alrighty, then. Study improvements for Android devices.
Let's see here.
Well, anyway, I'll get us started on our second topic, and we can come back to the first one.
All right, yeah, please do so.
BioShock Infinite is coming to Linux, even though 2K said that it wasn't. Okay.
Trolling.
Aspire Media will not be doing this port, which is a shame because Aspire did kind of a nice job on Borderlands.
Yeah, they did a really good job, and on Civ, right, Osiris?
Civ,
in your opinion, yeah.
Yes, that is true. I think everything they worked on is pretty much legit. Because they've also done what's the other one? Geometry Wars 3 for Linux. And if it can't be Aspire, it should be at least Feral Games.
That's who it is, right?
No, I don't think.
I thought there was speculation in Reddit that it was. Okay.
No. For the record, Feral did XCOM.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm mixing that up. Yeah. There's been some speculation that it was possibly Virtual Programming who did the port, and that it's going to be running in an Eon wrapper because we've had some Linux gamers analyze the folder that they downloaded through the Steam client, and looking at the folder structure and some of the folder names, it resembles the Witcher 2 folder structure and naming. And I even actually looked at some of the folder structure of BioShock Infinite, and yeah, you know, it definitely, you know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see whenever Steam releases the executable For now, if you want to preload, if you already own BioShock Infinite for Windows or for whatever, and you want to preload it, go ahead, download it from the Steam client, one night before you go to bed or something, and then that way, whenever Steam decides to push the executable out, you'll be able to start playing some BioShock Infinite on Linux. So that's exciting news. I mean, that's a AAA title.
That is hands down it. Like some of the other ones can be contested whether they're a AAA title or not, like XCOM. Even Civilization 5, it's a big title, but it's a niche title. And then what is the other one? Borderlands. Yeah, Borderlands is a AAA title more or less. But BioShock is definitely one of those AAA titles and bright lights, like game of the year type of stuff. And I'm interested in seeing how it runs. Like I want to know how much of the graphical effects they get ported over and how efficient it is and how good it works. That's what I really want to see, because this is not an easy game to run on Ultra.
I want to see how it runs on graphics cards with greater than 1 gig, because it had some graphic issues with 1080p on a 1 gig card. So yeah.
Oh, I ran. Didn't you watch me play it, Atomic? I streamed it on my 760.
Yeah, but you have a 2 gig card.
Oh, you want to see it on a 1 gig card?
No, I want to see it on a 2 gig card, because I previously played it on a 1 gig card, and what the issue was, it was loading very low resolution textures in certain places, because it just couldn't move the data around fast enough, and you didn't have enough video memory with just 1 gig to do it properly. So yeah, I want to see if that is going to be affected by a Linux version or not. Or
right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't experience any graphical problems running it on my rig with the 760, the 2 gig.
Well, I played this game with the 660, which would be 2 gigs. Oh, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I played on a 7850, and that's 1 gig. Or at least the version that I have is 1 gig, for whatever reason. Most of the cards I find for that are like 2 gig. Why do I have a 1 gig card?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think this game is recommended to be played on a 1 gig card, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I gotta wonder. I wonder what would happen when you run at 4K. Because if it doesn't like 1 gig at 1080p, what's it gonna do at 4K?
That's when you run out and buy you an 8 gig graphics card.
Yeah, right. Well, 8 gig. Jeez.
Well, the graphics card manufacturers will not shut up and take my money. So
Battlefield 4 doesn't even use more than 4 gig. Jay's 2 cents did a video covering how much memory does
scales pretty well.
Does gaming actually use?
On the VRAM, it can depend. At 4K, it will definitely use.
Oh yeah, that was not at 4K. I was talking about 1080p.
He was doing triple 1080p.
But look, Battlefield is like what, 2 years old, right?
Right, that's true.
This game is 2013. BioShock is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
yep.
It came out in March, I believe. Or.
Yes. The games these days are going, well, from 2015 on, I would definitely say you're going to need at least 2 gigs, no less.
March 25th, 2013.
4 gigs, you're already seeing games hitting the 4 gig limit. Battlefield may not be one of them because it is a 2012 game, I believe. I might be wrong on that. And it's a really good engine too, though. Like the Frozen, what is it called? Whatever that engine.
Frostbite? Or no, you're talking about.
Yeah, Battlefield.
Okay, yeah, that's Frostbite. Yep.
It's one of the best performing and scaling engines I've seen. So.
Yeah. All right.
I think BioShock uses the Unreal Tournament engine, if I'm not mistaken.
That I am not sure about. Yeah, it could very well. Moving back to our first topic that I did want to kind of cover, just because it probably doesn't get much play, in my opinion. It is the Dolphin, which is a shoot, and I am live streaming myself changing the tabs that I'm on. Gosh damn it, dude. Where did I put it? There we go. It's right here. All right. The Dolphin emulator is a emulator that can play GameCube and Wii U games, or Wii games. So it allows PC gamers to enjoy games for those two consoles in full 1080p playback with several enhancements. Compatibility with all PC controllers, turbo speed, networked multiplayer, and more. So the Dolphin emulator is an emulator that's still being currently developed and currently being updated and fixed and whatnot. I mean, recently the latest update was just there's a progress report that was just done in November of 2014, and this is what I kind of wanted to cover. Is they're constantly refactoring the code to make the emulator work that much better. There's a lot of little intricacies with emulating another platform. And for those of you that are gamers, you might, and you're in Linux, you might be using an emulator now, which is Wine. Or if you own The Witcher 2, that's a similar.
Wine is not an emulator. That's what it literally stands for.
What?
Wine is not an emulator.
It's not?
No.
That's what the acronym stands for.
Yeah, that's what Wine literally stands for.
Oh, gotcha. Wine is not an emulator. All right.
Yep.
Dolphin is an emulator. Wine is not. I'm sorry to have said that they're the same thing. Wine is an abstraction layer, so I apologize for mixing those up. But Dolphin, there's current development on it. There's updates. It's in, active development. There's, I'll have the link in the show notes, a proper link. Actually, I'll do that right now so I don't forget, or I will. But, so I think this is pretty cool because you can run, this on like an ARM chip. So if you got a small little ARM, like Banana Pi, like I have, I could make this thing a little Dolphin and be able to play Wii games and the other platform that I said. I've never personally messed with Dolphin yet.
You seen the information this runs on ARM? Because this is a more modern. I don't think this one will run on ARM.
Yes, it does run on ARM.
Okay.
Re-enable ARM version 7. Yes, it does. Yep. So, this is a really cool. They even have it running on an NVIDIA Shield. So, there you go. It's pretty cool. Open source. I believe Dolphin's open source.
I'd hope so.
I'd have to. Right. Yeah, here's the code. So, yep, it's completely open source software. Cool little project, if you're into wanting to be able to play Wii games and the other. I keep forgetting the damn GameCube GameCube games. If you're interested in playing GameCube and Wii games, the reason that I've never touched Dolphin is because I never had a GameCube and I never had a Wii. But I could see, the Nintendo fanatics wanting to play Zelda or Super Smash Brothers or whatever. I think those are games on those consoles, right? I am not a Nintendo. Yes, I am not a Nintendo person. I had the original Nintendo, the NES, and the Super Nintendo, but after that, I didn't go any further. But so like Super Mario Galaxy and Kirby's Epic Yarn and some of these other, Super Smash Brothers Brawl, and so all these games can be played in Dolphin. So it's a cool project. Check it out. I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys. All right.
And
this is a fact. It's funny. The Dolphin fact. It says which CPU should I use? AMD CPUs are poor choices for Dolphin. The FX 8000 line, that's like those are 6 and 8 core processors. I guess that's not enough. Their recommendation is a 4670K and 3570K or i7. Holy shit.
That's probably the instruction set. No, they're both
Yeah.
x86. No, they're both x86.
Well, they do still have their own little tricks.
True, that's true. Yeah, and when you're talking about emulating,
they say that it's due to low IPC.
Okay.
That's typically going
Gotcha.
to be your problem when you're running emulators. Is you're going to want IPC over because they're not obviously multi-threaded very well.
Right.
I just thought it was funny.
Yep.
So we've got AMD supposedly listening to its users, and we'll see. We'll see. And they've released the Omega driver. And
Omega.
I have heard some information from somebody.
Was it a birdie?
Yeah, little bird took a shit on my shoulder.
Information came out of it.
Oh wow.
While he was tweeting in my ear.
Oh, multitasking bird.
Yes. That Omega was a rewrite of the Catalyst drivers over a decade ago.
Yes. Yes, I
By
do have
somebody?
Yeah, that story is here somewhere in one of these tabs. Or maybe I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, Ubu's got the link, but he'll bring it up. And basically, it was a rewrite of the Catalyst drivers, and it supposedly worked better at the time.
Yeah, you got better performance out of it and all this. It was just one guy. He took the Catalyst driver and improved it, allowed for better performance, and, shared it with everybody, I guess, back 10 years ago. And one user made the statement on Reddit. See if I can find that post.
I remember those drivers. I used to use those.
The Omega drivers, yeah. Let's see here.
I didn't even
Open link.
get the connection between that old driver and this one. Didn't cross my mind.
Yeah, this guy on Reddit is actually slamming them for using that name.
Yeah, he is. He's ripping into him good. He's like, AMD, get your shit together. You think you're smart, and think that us older gamers wouldn't remember the Omega driver? He almost feels that they're trying to capitalize off the name. I mean,
because what he did was he went back and fixed quite a few issues and made things actually much better.
Right, right.
And then he released it for free.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that writing a driver for a graphics card is not the easiest thing to do.
Oh, hell no.
I hope AMD hired him, gave him a huge salary. Of course, obviously they did not, since the drivers are the way they are now.
Right? Yeah. What they do need to do is hire him. Yeah, and they haven't. Damn it. Is it under subreddit Linux Gaming or what? I'm having trouble finding the
somewhere.
article. But anyway, we have the Omega, and there's some major improvements for Windows users. If you're one of those people, and
yeah. What? Who?
Yeah, exactly.
The Omega site is still up.
Oh wow, is it really?
Yeah, apparently, and it's even getting updates.
OmegaDrivers.net. Wow.
I don't know exactly what they're still doing these days. Logitech software? What is
right here? AMD Catalyst Drivers 14.9. What?
I think that's the website.
Yeah,
like the
it says OmegaDrivers.net. I mean, sure. How? That just seems weird.
Yeah, there's something.
Definitely a weird website.
They got acquired by somebody. They had to. Because this guy Omega or whatever his name was, he did do and he ended up doing NVIDIA drivers too. at some point.
Wow,
And
talk about being bored. Oh, Nvidia must have picked him up.
that's a possibility. Yeah, because midway through doing AMD drivers, he did start rewriting some NVIDIA drivers. Not rewriting, uh, working on or fixing or making better. And now,
I
now I see Logitech stuff on here. I'm not even really sure what that's about. Uh,
Yeah, they must have been bought out.
So just some of the features at a glance when we're talking about these Omega drivers. Apparently, it's going to provide better support for TV output, that have the TV out functionality in them. It's going to allow for better following monitor arrangements like laptop mode, clone mode, big desktop, dual head. There is some things that they did fix, but I have yet to test it. I am going to test it on a few different AMD cards, like the A8 APU. I'm going to test it on, and then I'll test it on the HD 7770 Black Edition, and then maybe the 5750. I have all three of those GPUs. So some of the notable improvements that they did make is they actually have included distribution support now, meaning when you download it's actually a deb file. It's no longer a run like it used to be, and when you double click it, it's going to open up your Ubuntu's package manager, which is probably the Ubuntu Software Center, and it gives you, it installs it that way. But if you don't use that, it still has a GUI based install. And when I attempted to install it on my rig that has the A8 iGPU, or the APU in it, it actually errored out, but it was very, very verbose in its messages. And what the problem was, so why am I hearing my own voice now? One of you guys must have unmuted or something. Anyway, so it it's vastly improved. Just from me clicking on the deb and trying to install it, looking at the graphical installer and getting the error log and everything, all of the information, it seemed, really, really useful. I wasn't able to dig into it because this just was released yesterday. Have you guys played around with it yet, or?
I haven't played around with it yet, but I have downloaded it, so
I want to know what it does on Tahiti chips and the newer island chips. That's what I'm really, really interested in. I want to see a 290X perform like a 290X on Linux,
or at least like a 290.
Yes, that's sufficient. And then we can say that everything is good again. Till then,
right after you got rid of your 290X.
Yeah, right. So the world goes.
Why is it so hard to find? DuckDuckGo is giving me troubles here. Is it exclamation mark G?
Yes.
All right. What? You use DuckDuckGo?
I'm trying it out. Yeah.
But you're not using Firefox. That seems disconnected.
I'm trying to find the web page that lists all of the Okay, yeah. So we got 5K monitor support. We got virtual super resolution, which it allows for rendering games at higher resolution and displays them render games at higher resolution and display them at a lower resolution.
Yeah, downscaling. But that sounds like the Windows side. Is that?
Yeah, this is definitely Windows side. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't specific to Linux. Yeah, these are the release notes for Windows, so why am I reading those? All right, so yeah, we thought we'd just let you guys know about this AMD Omega driver for Linux. Give it a shot. Like I said, it does have a nice graphical user interface installation now, and yeah.
Which I don't really need.
And has the support for various 32-bit and 64-bit distributions, including Red Hat Enterprise, SUSE, Linux Enterprise, OpenSUSE, and Ubuntu.
But
unfortunately, the Arches is missing.
Yeah, realistically, just download the generic Linux version.
Right. Yeah, they have. If you use their neat little selector, like NVIDIA has, AMD has it as well, where you choose like certain options in the drop-down menus, and then when you get to the final list, just choose, like Atomic says, generic Linux 64-bit or whatever, or 32-bit if that's what you're running. So yeah, and give that a try. You will need, I mean, some notable things. You will need Xorg server 1.15 and up. You'll need kernel 2.6 and above. I mean, all of those things you should have. Like, yeah, I mean, if you're running any recent system whatsoever of Linux, you should have those things already.
If you are still running kernel 2.5, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I actually just noticed something that is maybe kind of alarming. Look at what it says for Linux kernel. Up to 3.13. And guess what kernel's in 14.10?
That's exactly why when I had the 290X, I couldn't go.
Yep.
That was the issue.
Yep.
This is
I could have swore that they've... let me get back to AMD's site.
I'm looking at it and it says up to 317.
3.17? Okay,
Yes.
This is a Softpedia site. Yeah, that's wrong. My bad. Bad information.
Yeah, because 3.13 is kind of old.
No, it's not. That's the LTS kernel for Ubuntu. Yep.
The current Ubuntu LTS in the whole Ubuntu ecosphere.
Right. Yeah, 3.13.
I mean, yeah, it was outdated quite some months ago.
So what I was saying is, yeah, it's got the Linux distribution specific installer for, 1204 and 1404. But then if you want to install it in 1410 or these other things, you just run the Linux run installer generic one.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the Omega driver. I guess report back, in the comments if you test it out, and let us know the performance that you're getting.
So NVIDIA added support for Xorg 1.17. This is a thing? Let me double check and see what...
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, correct.
What Zorg I am running?
Wilmanet or something like that says that they read that they're having some... They heard that people are having issues with data loss with the upgrade.
Data loss? From a display driver?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? I just looked and I am running Xserver 1.16.
Right.
I thought I was running 1.17.
Not bleeding edge enough.
Right?
I know.
I thought Arch was bleeding edge.
Well,
upgrade everything right now.
No, in fact, I'm holding back. I got a bunch of updates I'm holding back related to Mesa, NVIDIA Beta. I am holding those back because I needed my system tonight. So there's a bunch of Arch updates I have not ran yet just because I didn't want to break my system.
I just did
Pac-Man SYYUU.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to find... All right, let's see here. So... yeah, NVIDIA releases 346.22 if you're into running beta drivers. And as Atomic pointed out, it now will support Xorg Server 1.17. They improved some compatibility with some recent Linux kernels. They fixed a bug that prevented internal 4K panels on some laptops from being driven at a sufficient bandwidth. They fixed regression that prevented the NVIDIA kernel module from loading in some virtualized environments, such as Amazon Web Services. They fixed a regression that caused displays to be detected incorrectly on some notebook systems. I saw a bunch of those comments on the Developer Zone forums related to that, and how the 346.16 driver was just all screwy with random and not, correctly determining what displays you have connected. Then also fixed a bug that could cause X to freeze when using basic mosaic mode. And they fixed a regression that prevented the NVIDIA X driver from recognizing base mosaic layouts generated by their own NVIDIA settings control panel. So, those are some serious bug fixes right there. I think this just pretty much shows NVIDIA is serious about their Linux driver.
Not only they're serious, but
kind of, sort of.
Since you posted this, there's been another update.
Really?
All right, let me go back and take a look.
I'll give you the link. 340.58 long-lived branch.
Well,
yep.
That's a long.
It added support to 117 there also, supposedly.
Yep.
It looks like many of the same things, but for the long-lived branch.
They implemented support for disabling indirect GLX context creation. I wonder, why do they have these two different branches? That is something that I want to look into and learn about, because, people complain about, or not complain, but one of the fundamental problems with the Linux desktop is just the wide range of possible systems. There's so many different systems. Even the kernel can be different on every Linux system. 3.13 or 3.14 or 3.15 or 3.17, like Atomic's running, or 3.16. 3.18 was just released. We talked about that last week. And then on top of that, then you have, your build system. Then on top of that, you have your window manager. And it's just, man. So I'd have to look into the long-lived branch versus the beta. Beta, obviously, I know what beta is. But long-lived branch versus non-long-lived branch, I guess. But if you're interested about learning about the NVIDIA drivers, it's devtalk.nvidia.com. That's where I get all of my information for Linux, NVIDIA. Right now I'm under the Unix section of the forums, but you can go back and there's a specific Linux section. You just click Linux right here.
NVIDIA, please give us our overclocking options. That is it.
Right. And then here they list the current, they got three different branches. They got the current official branch, which apparently is 343.36. Then they have the long-lived branch, which is 340.65. That's the current release. So I'm not sure what you even linked me to, Osiris.
The thread
that was under the Unix section. That's kind of weird. This thread is always updated. It says current graphics driver releases, and it was just updated.
If you go up one level to the Unix graphics, this is the note. This is one thread newer than the one you had, but they're different. One's beta, one's long-lived branch.
Right. The long-lived branch I'm looking at says 340.65.
Yeah, right. That's what I linked you.
Oh, you did. Sorry. I thought it was 350. I thought it was 350 something. My bad. Okay. So they coincide, or they, all right, good. Well, all right. I just wanted to share, these NVIDIA driver updates. If you possibly are sick and tired of some kind of bug you got right now on your desktop, give the beta drivers a try. Maybe they'll solve an issue for you. It looked like there's quite a few improvements in some bug fixes. And also fixes related to if you run dual monitors, or you run a laptop and another monitor, it looks like they corrected some, being able to determine what kind of setup you got what kind of displays you got connected. All right, moving. Go ahead, Atomic.
So next we have the Librem 15, a crowdsourced free Libre software laptop.
Yep, which we covered last week.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Well, here's the updates. They switched out the processor by popular demand. It did have a 4712MQ, i7 4712MQ, and they moved to the i7 4770HQ, which is just about the top end mobile processor from Intel, which includes VTD. That's kind of surprising.
not just the disease
I,
you get.
I know why they did that. I mean, they want to make this laptop as compatible with everybody's use cases as they can. So they wanted to put the VTD support in there, so in case people want to run VMs on their laptop, they can do that.
Yeah, but
That's what I see.
Most people don't run bare metal VMs.
Yeah, because almost any CPU will run a VM. Like
No, of course,
use.
this is true pass-through. Yeah, true KVM pass-through of the hardware. Yeah.
Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense on a laptop.
No, it doesn't, but it's there. And we're talking about, this is not your normal everyday laptop, guys. This is a revolutionary first and only fully open source laptop except for the BIOS. And they're eventually going to get that open sourced. That's their goal anyway.
Yeah,
now, is this going to happen? Doesn't look like it. We got 21 days left, and they're only at, what is that, a quarter? Not even a quarter of their goal.
Well, they're only
1%.
They're only
Yes,
20,
thank you. So I said not even a quarter, right?
Yeah, but if they've got 21 days left, it's what, a 30-day campaign?
I don't recall how long the total
I think you
campaign
can
was.
set the campaign length, or maybe I don't know that. I don't think they're all 30 days, are they?
Well,
No,
they
I
usually
don't.
are.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Crowd Supply, except for this is the first thing I've backed on Crowd Supply. I've backed other things on other, crowdsourcing applications or websites, whatever. So I'm not sure, but we did cover this last week in episode 15, pretty in depth. So I just wanted to let everybody know about the update. They got rid of the GT840M graphics card in there, but they did make a note that said, for backers that are really, really interested in the GT840M, that they do have a limited supply of them that they were using during testing, and they would make those available. But otherwise, it's going to come with the 4770 HQ with the Iris Pro graphics. And I will say Intel's open source drivers are pretty darn good, especially if you're running a more updated Mesa from the development branch.
It says that they have a source on 4K screens. 4K screens on laptops, is that even a thing anywhere?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, there are several gaming laptops with 3 and 4K screens right now.
And how much does that cost?
You're looking at it, $1,500.
That is a $310 option to go from a 1080p to a 4K screen.
Yep, right there, $310.
$310, not too unreasonable. Considering, what is that? What are you talking about? A 17-inch screen?
Wow. I think
15,
it is.
I think. It looks to be a 15. But,
15?
yeah, I mean, they call it the Librem 15, so...
No. I mean, these other laptops.
Oh, the other laptops? I've seen a 3K that was 13 inches.
Wow.
And actually, it seems like they're trying to pack the high resolutions into the smaller laptop.
That seems
the
weird,
smaller
doesn't it?
gaming laptops.
Because everybody complains about that super high resolutions, 4K or 1600 or 1440, having like weird scaling issues. Well, I heard GNOME works just fine. That's what I hear. I don't use GNOME. Especially, but I assume you're talking about Windows laptops. And
Well, yes, obviously.
yeah, so that's just weird that they would pack such a high pixel density in such a small screen. But I guess
All the pixels.
if you got the money,
Get them all.
just get everything. All the pixels, all the CPUs, all the GPUs, and just throw it inside of a laptop.
I'm looking for my name in the backers list.
Yeah, I'm just looking through these hardware
What?
specs.
I don't see it.
There's a drive bay update. One such change we've made and can publicly announce today is the addition of a drive bay option. We are shipping CD DVD ROM by default, and now for 25 more of your dollars, plus the price of a second storage drive, can replace that, and you can get a hard drive with an SSD. Bam! I'd much rather have an SSD than an optical drive.
Right. Yep.
I mean, optical drives shouldn't even be a thing. I would rather trade that for a space for an M.2 and a 2.5 and a thick 2.5, 12.5 millimeters or 15 millimeters or something thick so I can put a nice big high capacity drive in there. I want 2 terabytes in my laptop.
Right. I'd much rather have storage space than an optical drive or any other kind of drive, or even the only thing that I can see that's kind of useful is those little SD card readers, but that doesn't take up a drive space, or
Yeah.
it shouldn't.
You could put that behind an M.2.
Right.
Well, yeah. And the last thing I guess I wanted to cover about the Librem 15 is they are having a boot screen image design contest. So if you are a graphics designer, or even if you're like me and you suck and you just use GIMP to create some ugly image, give it a shot. Submit your image to them. You can find out the information to where to submit it to and whatnot on crowdsupply.com/purism/Librem-laptop/updates. And there it is. They have the boot screen image design contest. Submit your SVG is preferred. PNG is acceptable, and XCF is also allowed. So that would be awesome. Imagine if this thing gets released under Crowd Supply and you boot up into it and there is your boot screen image that you created as a graphics designer. That would be awesome. All right, moving on to the next time, unless you guys had anything else to say about the Librem 15 update.
Nope, keep moving.
Yeah, we're running out of time here. We're going to skip some of these topics, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. We're definitely going too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This next one I'm not going to cover because it's a Windows. It's more so a Windows thing. Fedora 21 was finally released just yesterday. And the Fedora project hadn't seen a desktop release in quite a while, so it's.
Do they not have a regular schedule?
Sadly, I did want to cover the topic just to let our viewers know that there is another Linux distribution out there. It's RPM based, but I do not know what their previous, release schedule is like or anything. Sorry, I can't fill you in on that.
I believe Fedora is one of those distributions that release it when it's done type mentality.
Yeah. Well, I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Because I think it is a derivative of Red Hat, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's more of a corporate model thing, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't used RPMs in a long time.
I would like that if I didn't dislike the Red Hat package management system.
That is my biggest problem.
Yeah. Is it not Yas, that's Susie. What is it? Yum? It's Yum. Yeah, Yum.
Yum.
So, yeah, and the thing I did want to point out is they actually switched up. Now they don't include like the server in the desktop, in the workstation, all in one ISO. They now have 3 separate ISOs. They have a workstation one, which you can think of that as the desktop version. They have a server version, and they have a cloud version. So depending on your, use case or what you want to do with Fedora, you can download a specific ISO and go from there. So yeah, that just got released yesterday. Pretty exciting news for the Fedora group, Check out Fedora if you're interested in, looking into a Red Hat based distribution. That's one distribution type I've never touched. Well, I haven't touched SUSE either. So yeah, maybe I'll have to fire up Fedora 21 in a VM or something.
You need to get your feet wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I was actually referred to use CentOS if I want to, try to look at getting some Red Hat certifications to mess around in CentOS, not Fedora. But
yeah, I think CentOS
it is what it is. People are going to recommend different things.
I think CentOS. That's because CentOS is the, if I'm not mistaken, the free version of Red Hat for the Linux community. That way, because if you're gonna, I think You can get Red Hat
Well,
available.
Fedora is the free version of Red Hat, I thought. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm not sure about that.
Yes,
But-
it is.
Yeah, so just check it out. Fedora 21's released. If you're interested, give it a try. So moving on, we got what? Atomic?
Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals push digital games revenue to over $1 billion.
Yeah, you got to put your finger in the corner of your mouth. 1 billion. So, and I mean, after I looked into the articles and whatnot, I was trying to determine the second link, you guys, is I think the statistics, or maybe it's not. From what I could tell, it looked like a lot of these numbers are for console DLC and console digital distribution. It doesn't really mention PC. Well, it does list PC. I'm sorry. Okay.
Come on, Steam is the 800-pound gorilla
Yeah, right.
in the room that's doing digital distribution. They have got to be pushing more money than
They spent
PlayStation Network and Xbox Live combined.
Right. So
It just has to be.
apparently us digital gamers spent 23% more around Thanksgiving compared to last year. So this
surprising.
study accounts for PC, digital console, and mobile games. And one of the things that helped spike the digital, distribution purchases was obviously the Black Friday, deals on the games and whatnot. The retail's huge discounts on hardware, made the need, or not the need, but the want for gamers to download, a bunch of digital content. So the gaming, man, digital distribution of games is definitely the future. I don't know what was the last PC game that you guys bought that was in a box.
Skyrim.
Mine was Battlefield, the original Battlefield, like that long ago. I don't have the box anymore. I
got you guys beat. I got to think about that for a while, but I have got you beat.
I'm sure you do.
Way over there.
I mean,
I'd have to say SimCity 2000 was the last game I bought in a box.
Wow.
If we're not counting console, because I was into console like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't counting console because I have some 360 games that I bought in a box.
I got Skyrim because I was just walking through the local Wally Mart, and there it was on sale. Bam!
It was like, all right, yeah, I'll take this. Thank you very much. All right.
I actually prefer boxes too. If they can get the price, I know the prices will never be exactly the same. But if I see a game on sale for the same price or a good price, I'm getting the box still, just to have the box, and still download it from Steam.
All right, some big news with Borderlands. I'm gonna skip that one topic, guys. I don't think it's really relevant to our viewers. I mean, it would be, and it's a great thing to talk about, but I think it's a little bit further in depth than it's a big topic. Borderlands, the pre-sequel Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack, the Holodome Onslaught announced. So we're looking at DLC for Borderlands, the pre-sequel. This add-on pack is going to feature all new narrative content, including veteran Vault Hunters Gage and Axton, who recently returned to the Crimson Raiders headquarters. So, right now you can get the pre-sequel Seasons Pass. You'll be able to save like $10 if you get it by buying the Seasons Pass, which actually right after this live stream, I'm going to go and buy it because it's $29.99, and that'll allow you access to all 4 add-on content packs, which is a $40 value, and you're getting it for $29. So, you'll get them as they become available. It's also going to include the previously released Handsome Jack Doppelganger pack, which I actually got for when I pre-ordered the pre-sequel off of Game Agent. Way to go, Aspire Media, Game Agent for the win. So this is cool. It's coming. Let's see, where was the? I got to go back to the other link here. One of the. Where did it go? Right here. The thing that was just announced yesterday that I did want. So that was about the DLC of the pre-sequel, but specifically, the developers are doing. They have a new handsome AI mission that's coming to Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and on December 16th, they're going to be releasing the new DLC and a new playthrough for the pre-sequel. So once you download the newest update, you're going to get this new handsome AI mission. This seems like it's right up your alley, Atomic, because I know you like the achievements and little side missions and whatnot. Did you actually look at this article yet, or maybe watch the video, or no?
Which link was this?
The second one.
Second one?
Yeah. So they just announced this. It's like a little side mission, and it's relating to basically when you head to the let's see, it sheds some light on Nakayami's plans to immortalize everybody's favorite Hyperion CEO using high-tech artificial intelligence that could change things on Pandora. But for those of you that have played Tales from the Borderland already on the pre-sequel, no, that was on Borderlands the original?
No, Tales from the Borderlands is not a Borderlands game or thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's a separate thing.
Yes, it's actually made by a different company. It's from Telltale Games, and it has the same style of play as games like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us.
Okay. But anyway, I guess, so in that game by Telltale, there's a certain story in it, and what's missing from it is like the backstory or some history. And apparently, the developers of the pre-sequel are going to release this handsome AI mission that will explain some of what happened, why certain things happened in Telltale's, Tales from the Borderlands. So that's kind of neat, that they are releasing that for us. Are you getting the DLC, Atomic?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting it. Yeah.
Just one thing I'd like Osiris to chime in on with his experience. When they offer a season pass, does that generally include every bit of DLC, or do they have stuff that's going to fall outside of that?
The way I understand it and the way it's been working, at least with season pass, most of my experience has been with like true FPS games, like a Battlefield or something.
Yeah.
And usually that would include everything, but then again, in those type of games, it's a pretty stepped in time amount of DLC, so you know exactly what you're getting pretty much. So I don't know with Borderlands where they just drop DLC everywhere. I don't know.
Well, according to I'm showing the stream right now what the link leads you to, and you can save 25% on 4 DLC packs when you buy the pre-sequel seasons pass. So it's going to include 4 new add-on packs. Now, does that answer your question, Atomic? I don't believe it does, but
No, not really.
when I bought I didn't buy Game of the Year edition like Osiris did for Borderlands 2. I just bought I think I bought the game and the season's pass, if I recall.
Guardian says no to you getting it with the season's pass. Just look at Borderlands 2.
Yeah, that's what I was going to look at right now.
Oh, balls.
So if I click on Borderlands 2 and then click on DLC, you can see that there's certain items I don't have yet. Well, Atomic, you can't see my screen unless you're watching the stream. But like I don't have the Psycho pack. I don't have the Ultimate Vault Hunter upgrade pack 2. So there are certain DLCs that I don't have because even though I bought the Season's Pass. Some of it's just skins and whatnot, which isn't a big deal. But a big one, we were playing on Sunday, and you made the observation that I couldn't access a door. A door was supposed to be able to be traveled through, and I didn't have it since we always play on my game on Sundays. So I'm missing some DLC apparently that I have to purchase so that we can do that mission, because I don't know what DLC I'm missing. Would you happen to know?
Not which specific one for that specific mission, but if you go into your Steam client, go to Borderlands 2.
Yep.
And if you've got the view up like I do, where it shows you all a bunch of different information about the game, there's a link on the side for DLC.
Yeah, I clicked that already. Yep.
You click that, and in the upper left corner, it shows whether it's in your library or not. The image will be kind of grayed out, and you'll have a little blue in library thing.
Yeah, I have that. So I just don't know which one I need. Okay, gotcha. I mean,
you need everyone.
This is ridiculous.
Like Psycho Pack. I need that one. That's $10.
Psycho Pack.
Yep.
Those are, I think, just character packs.
Okay.
Shit for your character.
Yeah. Well, Micromancer pack, collector edition pack, outfit the character of your choice with the new heads and skins. So, Creature Slaughter Dome, is that it?
I have that one.
I bet you that's it.
Could be.
Right? Because where we were next to all those creatures that Handsome Jack was changing and giving them all those powers. Isn't that Creature Slaughter Dome? Or no? No.
Probably.
I mean, because what was the achievement's title? Do you remember?
Something or other.
You took a picture of it, I remember.
I didn't. No, it wasn't a picture of an achievement. It was a picture of a door.
Right, but didn't you label? I thought the picture was labeled or something.
I put it in my.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Steam right now. Screenshots. And here we go. Hyperion. Yeah, you just put, and so it seems that this is a DLC location.
Natural Selection Annex.
Okay, thank you. Natural Selection Annex. Hey, so Vardian, do you know, based on that, what we just said, Natural Selection Annex, do you know which DLC I would need? Are you a Borderlands pro?
He does make a good point. This season pass stuff is ridiculous. That's why I don't buy the stuff where I know it's going to be nothing but DLC. Including all the FPSs. I'm done with that.
I don't understand what people's big problem is with DLC.
Because the game costs $60. Then
they gave you a $60 game.
Shit, 90% of the games out are not $60 games.
Yeah.
Titanfall is not a $60 game, really. And the game is crap-tastic. It's not even tastic; it's just crap.
I mean,
okay, well, I disagree.
Not Borderlands. Battlefield 4. It's a good game, but 50% broken. Still.
That's true. EA.
Call of Duty. It was the same game it was in 2013 as it was in 2012 as it was in 2011. And they can't throw the skins in for free? Come on. My money's worth more to me than that. Just saying.
Yeah.
The pre-sequel is a reskin of the Borderlands 2. Not that it's not a good game, but
I disagree.
The assets are the same. The assets are the same. You can't deny the assets aren't the same. Just reskinned.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know about that. I'm not a game developer. I can't say.
You don't have to be a game. Just look at it. They're the same models in assets. They reskinned them and made some levels. Not that it's not hard work, but like he says, it's a swelling epidemic. It's something that keeps swelling. A few years ago, it was not a big deal. Now it's a thing. 2 years from now, there'll be 15 downloadable contents per game. Like, holy crap. Can I just get a
Only
great game?
15?
Yeah, only. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. There's probably tons of games with more than 15 out already.
So
Insane.
what you're basically saying is that capitalism is broke.
Capitalism, by the definition of it, has always been broke, but yeah.
Well, okay. All right. I mean, you want these game developers to give you a product and then not do anything more or provide you any more content. You don't want DLC. That's what you're saying.
Let me tell you about good games.
He wants DLC, but he doesn't want to pay for
Exactly.
No, I don't want DLC.
And neither
and
do I.
Look, Mario Brothers 1 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Great game, can still be played and enjoyed to this day. Did not have downloadable content, did not need downloadable content, and I can play that game 500 more times because it was just a great game.
Don't speak too soon.
No, you're going to always
come out with DLC.
It's always going to go through the same level.
It doesn't matter
They
if
try
that
to
game came out
matter.
30 years ago. They'll come out with DLC for it eventually.
Yeah, but that's a Nintendo thing, so we'll leave that alone. But you get what I'm saying. A great game is a great game regardless. They keep
just because something was done 20 or 15 years ago doesn't mean that's how it should be done today.
No, but you should buy things that are great and not buy a basic. Like now they're selling you a base now and expecting you to get the DLC, or you will not get the whole game. A Dragon Age is one of those games. Borderlands is one of those games. Battlefield is one of those games. Like if you buy Battlefield 4, you can't play Battlefield. Well, you can, but it's stupid because all your friends, or the majority of people, will have the DLC, and you can't play in those maps, and you'll be stuck on the original map rotation.
Okay, now that point I totally agree with and see what you're saying now. Now that you stated it that way, you know, that the game isn't complete unless you buy more. I never thought about it that way. I just thought about it as extra
Let me tell you
content.
how bad it is. Dragon Age is a game where the NPCs in the game are trying to get you to buy the DLC. Seriously? Right there, I was just through. Game is over. Good game. Turned it off. I'm done with this.
Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Like, okay, so Metro Last Light, they had DLC, and that was the Ranger mode. And the Ranger mode is like super hardcore.
Yeah, yep.
They take off the HUD and all that crap, and don't even teach you how to play the game. You just play it hardcore.
Oh, is Redux released?
Yeah, it's been released. Well, for Linux, I don't know.
Not for Linux.
Oh, that's what I'm
Linux.
asking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
for Linux.
no,
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Redux
look like
doesn't
it.
come out for Linux until like next year sometime.
Yeah,
Wow.
like and then like Vardian says, like day one DLC, like all it is money, like nickel and diming. Just give me the game. Give me the game complete and leave me alone with all your DLCs.
Fuck
Or
yeah, capitalism.
Or I'll just wait until the game of the year comes out and I'll buy it all for like half price. That's fine. I
Right.
can do that too because I don't have a need to get the game on day one.
Verdian asks me, you know, am I cool with day one already done DLC? You know, if their original plan was to follow that model, then sure, I'm fine with it. Like, you know, they feel that the development work they put in to the original game was worth this amount of money. Then they did extra work, and they want extra money for that extra work.
You do realize
So
that
to me,
day one DLC 90% of the time is just skins. Do you know that it takes them almost no time to create those skins once the models are done?
I don't know that stuff. No.
Yes, it's just money grab. It's just a money grab.
Right, and you're making it sound like it's bad.
That's bad.
They can't make money.
When you're nickel and diming for the sake of nickel and diming, and it's a broken ecosphere, and it's broken games,
Right?
And and everything is just bad. Yes, it's bad, and this is just icing on the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah. Bad icing on the bad.
Yes.
Gotcha.
If you put icing on poop, it still tastes like poop.
Right. Yep.
And this is what they're doing. Like,
All right.
Borderlands is okay though, because you know I don't have any ill will towards Borderlands. But even Borderlands is like you just went through how much DLC there was. Was it necessary to have that much DLC? Did it make the game any better at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are we going on to our final topic
It made the
now?
game longer. I was able to enjoy it for a longer amount of time. Play more missions.
But not better. See my point?
No. Longer, yeah. It extended the life of the game for me.
But not better.
So I don't have to play the same board over again.
You know, you still haven't even tapped into Vault Hunter mode.
Right, exactly. Right.
So, anyways.
All right,
Total
moving
War.
on. Yep. Empire Total War makes it to Linux. We got a screen grab here from Reddit. I don't even know what language this is. Tienda? Is that Spanish? No. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, we got Empire Total War. Did either of you guys install it? It's available in Steam for Linux now.
I don't have it.
I don't have it.
I don't have it either.
So it's not installable. But
wait, it's not. It's what?
Well, it's not installable if I don't have it. That's what I said.
Oh, right. Okay. So Empire Total War is a turn. Is it like a? It's by Sega apparently, and it's one of those. Is it like a turn-based? It's kind of like what's that other big one? Come on, Osiris, you're the game game genre GUI here or guru.
GUI. I've never played Empire, so I have no idea. I haven't even seen Empire. But
I guess I thought you would have looked into it. It's a strategy game. So and it's made by Feral. Did the Linux port. We can watch a quick little video on it here. I will share with the video podcast, those of you that are subscribed to the video RSS feed, which actually we haven't even released. We're working, for those of you that are curious, we are working on a website right now that will have subscribable RSS feeds to our audio, to our video, and then a combined RSS feed that has it all. Wow, check out this game. Oh, and I'm not even sharing the window with my users, with my viewers. That's how.
Derp.
Yep. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Here we go. We'll share Empire Total War. It says it's a strategy game. I was thinking it was kind of like, God, what's that gigantic, like where, you control an army. And you move them like up the coast, and then you tell them to go there, and you tell them to go there.
StarCraft type games?
No.
Oh no.
You've said the name before, the genre.
Warband?
No.
Don't know.
Like A0D.
It is like kind of like Age of Empires, World of Warcraft. I mean, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3.
You mean 0 AD?
Yes, 0 AD.
Are you dyslexic?
Yeah. Turn-based strategy. Turn-based multiplayer strategy war game online. What is the gigantic one that's on, that's for Windows right now?
No idea.
Wow, really? We've talked about it before in the past. I can't remember that. Yes, thank you. Civilization. Jeez. Isn't that a turn-based strategy game?
Yeah, but I don't think these games are similar. They might have the similarity that they're turn-based, but I think it pretty much stops right there. At least from looking at this video.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is an RTS. It's a turn-based. That's an answer to Vardian 2004.
It's not an RTS?
I don't know if this is an RTS. Civilization is definitely not an RTS.
Okay. All right. Well, that pretty much covers, I believe, all of the topics that I wanted to go through. So we had hopefully you guys enjoyed the information that we were able to share with you. Like I just got done saying a little bit ago, we have a lot going on in the background. We got we're working on a website so that we can share our RSS feeds with you guys, and so that we can do kind of like almost informational type posts on it, and to kind of keep you guys up to date with the latest Linux tech and gaming news. We'll probably put posts up there that we won't cover live during the show, or maybe we will, but it's all an evolving project. I call this a project because it's a hobby, but it's also there's a lot of work involved. And that's just the way it is. Depending on how much effort or what you want your end result to be, pretty much determines how much effort you need to put into it, in my opinion. So don't forget that we do have our Steam group, which is Linux Tech and Gaming. It's a group on Steam that you can join. In fact, I got it on my screen right now. Why don't I go and I don't think I've ever showed you guys our Steam group before live on stream, so let me do that real quick here. We got Steam open on screen, and I will go to Linux Tech and Gaming. I think you can just do a search for it.
Should be able to.
Yeah, you just go to the store, and no, that's not where you go. You go to the community, probably.
No, store, curators.
Okay, thank you, Osiris. Store, curators, and then you can search curators.
Oh, wait. If you're looking for the Steam group.
Yes, I am.
For some reason, I always go to the curator because I want to check to see if anything changed.
Oh, we're not
That's my
there.
fault.
All right.
Yeah, we're there. We're under curators also. But yeah, you can search the community also.
For some reason, we're not under curators. Oh, there we are. Why didn't it show up the first time I searched? All right, we got 17 people in our group right now. So this is our curator page. We have 14 recommendations, of games that we enjoy and play. You can see that some of the games that I've recommended, or Osiris or Atomic's recommended, these you can see are in my library. I recommend it, I play them, so it's not like I just recommend a game that I don't play. I have firsthand experience with it, and I play it and I enjoy it. So we add those types of games to our Steam group.
Okay, who's got Euro Truck Simulator?
I was just gonna say I didn't add that.
I do.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Game's actually pretty good.
And we got to fix the YouTube link at the top, Osiris. It looks like it's still your YouTube. We can do that another time. So that's going to do it for this week's episode 16. I think we're going to possibly start using names for the shows, just because it's probably easier to search for a particular episode versus, episode 16. That's just my opinion. That's something we need to handle internally and talk about I think so. Thank you everybody for coming to the show. I felt we had some good gaming, a good mix of gaming news or gaming information, as well as Linux technological information. So, down below in the description, if you're on YouTube, down below in the description will be all of our social media links. You can always get a hold of me personally on Twitter is probably the fastest way, and you can see my Twitter handle under my little picture there on the stream, is Ubuntu Addicted. Atomic, Osiris?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at the Atomic Ass. You can also find me on Hitbox and Twitch and YouTube, and Ugo should have all the links down there in the YouTube description.
Yep.
Yep. You can only find me on Twitter. I don't exist nowhere else in the world, except for in those links below. But yeah, usually I'm on Twitter.
Right.
At Osiris.
All right. Well, again, thanks everybody for coming to the stream. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the night, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Linux Tech and Gaming episode 17.